Hello and welcome. I'm Mr. Bobby Seagull and I am going to be taking your class History by Numbers, Ancient Egyptians, and it's going to be amazing. Hello Katya joining us on Instagram. Well, I'm so excited for today. Honestly so excited. So I'm part of the Home Festival family set up by Oti, Karen, David, Marius, and with lots of wonderful friends like Katya, Katie, Johannes, and so many more. So, before we get into the lesson, let's see what else is up today, because the Home Festival family, we've got you sorted. So let me see what's first thing today. So we have our schedule for us. Let's see what our schedule for us is. So we have at 11:30 straight after Oti and Marius's family class dance. Always a lot of fun. And then at 12:15, Katya's got upcycling. Hello, Katie. Hello, Katie Priest. Upcycling, which is brilliant. I need to actually make one of those things with a tie, but I think my dad might kill me if I use this tie for something else. But Katya at 12:15. Then Bryony Blake's got a makeup tutorial, and actually, the ancient Egyptians loved their makeup. So actually, that might be a session useful for me. Then at 6 o'clock is Karen with stretch and flow. Stretch and flow if you want to relax the body. Then at 7 o'clock, Emma Barton reading Matilda. Then at 7:30, Michael and Eureka are back. Thank you, we're so excited to see them back again. So Michael and Eureka, we're excited to see you again at 7:30. And then at 8:15, get your brains ready. It's the best quiz of the week. It's Mr. Neil Jones Isolation Quiz. And happy birthday to Neil. It was his birthday on Monday. So Neil, if you're out there, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Neil. Happy birthday to you. Hope you had a great birthday, Neil. I look forward to seeing you at your quiz tonight. So, let's do a few shout-outs. So we had some wonderful homework that came through. So thank you to these people here. So we had Oscar, who's been a regular contributor, and he created a poster all about Brazil. Then we had new entrants, Maya and Milan, 8 and 6. Really fabulous posters about Brazil. And Francesca always does dances. She always does my dances and sends them through. So thank you, Francesca. And Francesca, I owe you one of Karen's challenges. So I think the challenge was meant to be sitting against a wall. I owe you that. I will do that later on. And then Gabriel and Alexander, again, they're really enthusiastic, did my lesson as well. So thank you. And a few more of you. If you send in your do, draw or dance homework with Bobby, I'll give you a shout out. So there we go. And I can see so far, I can see Instagram comments. My Facebook and YouTube I can't see right now. So I will shout you out later on. So it's time to give you the itinerary for the lesson today. Let's have a look at the itinerary. So the itinerary is such. So firstly, Mr. Seagull, we're going to go to the Nile. We're going to go along to the Nile and see what's happening there. Then after that, we're going to see the pyramids, because when we think of ancient Egypt, we think of the pyramids. Then we're going to do, you know that I love to dance. I'm not very good at it, but I love to dance. We're going to do a ritual Egyptian dance. And maybe Katya, if you're watching out there, give me some tips because I need some practice. Then we're going to look at the ancient Egyptian writing of hieroglyphs. And we're going to practice some as well. And then finally we'll end up on Tutankhamun, one of the most famous pharaohs of Egypt. And then we end up with our normal structure of homework book Bobby that I set you up for. Then the quiz. So make sure you're paying attention to my class. And then finally, thoughts of Mr. Seagull. And I got a great announcement later on about my TV series on BBC. So you're going to be excited about my TV series announcement. So let's proceed with the class. We're going to go on a little journey. So, I'm going to get my backpack. We're going to go to Egypt, yeah? We're going to go to Egypt because that's where all this is. I'm going to go to Egypt. We're going to get my hat because it can be quite warm there. And we're going to be going along to some of the pyramids there. So I've got my toolkit here for excavation. I've got a little brush to brush down, investigate. And I've got a little trowel in case I need to do some digging. So we're all ready to go to Egypt. Are you ready to join me on a journey to Egypt? Are you ready? So we're going to travel 2,200 miles, about 5 hours. And we're going to go into ancient Egypt, yeah? We're going to go there. Are you ready for this journey? I'm excited because ancient Egyptians, they were around 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago. And do you know how long they lasted for? their civilization lasted for nearly 3,000 years. So it's a long period of time. So we're going to go to ancient Egypt, okay? Let's go, let's go. Off we go. And we are now in Egypt. Here we are. I've got my toolkit. I'll need that later. Here we are. It's quite warm in Egypt. Okay, so let's see where we are first. So we are going to be looking at the Nile. The Nile. And this is really important. So Katie Priest says they're the first civilization, and you're spot on. They're probably the first great civilization that we all know of, and that's why they're so fascinating. But I'm going to tell you something. The Nile is the reason why the ancient Egyptians were successful. Because what is the Nile? The Nile is a river. It is actually the longest river in the world. So if you're from Brazil and you came to my Brazil class, I'm sorry Brazil, Amazon, you're not quite as long as the Nile. So the Nile it varies from estimation to estimation, but it's 6,700 kilometers. That is a long way. And it flows from the south all the way up to the north, as you can see in the map, into the Mediterranean. And there are two main branches, or in geography they call it tributaries for this. One is called the White Nile, and the other one is the Blue Nile. And let me tell you about these two tributaries of the Nile. So we've got the White Nile, and this is longer. And the reason it's called the White Nile is there was some sediment. You know, sediments are bits of rock. These light coloured sediment coloured the water that looked light grey colour. So light grey, so it's the White Nile. Then we have the Blue Nile, and the Blue Nile is considered the main source of water, and it's what makes the land so fertile. And if you think about it, Egypt is a hot place, a lot of sun, a bit arid, humid, actually probably more dry, a really dry, hot place. And because of the river, they were able to irrigate things really well. So they were able to farm, they could grow wheat, barley, fruit and vegetables. So along the river, it was a land of plenty. Outside, further away, not much, but around it, it could grow crops, vegetables to feed and essentially keep the ancient Egyptians all ready to march. So that is the River Nile. And without the River Nile, we wouldn't have ancient Egypt. Okay, so I think we're gonna go from ancient Egypt. We're still there. We're going to go towards something that's very important in this period. So very important. We're going to head towards the pyramids at Giza. So I am very excited for the pyramids at Giza. Here we are. Here we are. These are one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The pyramids of Giza. And you recognize these from postcards or in school. And if you look in the middle image, we've got the Sphinx. The Sphinx is, I think, the body of a lion, and the head of a person. And that's the Sphinx. And I'll tell you what were these pyramids for? So these pyramids were built for the pharaohs. And the pharaohs were the rulers of Egypt. And actually the word pharaoh, I think, means great house. It means great house. So these pyramids essentially were massive tombs. So when the Egyptians died, they believed there was an afterlife. So they wanted to make sure that their passage there was secure. So these kings and queens would have these great big monuments built for them, and they would have intricate layers of networks. And in these, they would be buried. And if you can see, we've got the Great Pyramids of Giza, and these are perhaps the most famous pyramids left. There are about 80 left in the world, but these particular ones are important. And a bit of maths. I'm a maths teacher, obviously, history by numbers. So these pyramids are actually square-based pyramids. So if you look from above, they would look like a square. Imagine you're a bird, a seagull's eye view. It would look a bit like that. It would look like, almost like a weird envelope, because you've got the pyramid, all the 4 sides, and it's a square base. So that is a square-based pyramid. And now here is a fascinating fact. Really fascinating. So, one of the most famous females in Egyptian history is a lady called Cleopatra. Cleopatra. And there was a song once, Cleopatra, coming at ya, Cleopatra, coming at ya. So Cleopatra was an Egyptian queen. And this is what's mind-boggling. So we've got, Holly, the pyramids at Giza and Cleopatra. And now be prepared, this fact is going to blow your mind. The pyramids at Giza were built about 2500 BC. Cleopatra was about 30 BC. And do you know McDonald's? We all love McDonald's. Pizza Hut, McDonald's. I love McDonald's. McDonald's was built about 1950. And this is what's astonishing. Cleopatra, the Egyptian queen, she lived closer to McDonald's than she did to the Great Pyramids of Giza. That is absolutely bonkers. And it shows you how long the Egyptians were around for. 3,000 years. And yet Cleopatra, she came at the end. The Pyramids of Giza came at the start. And she's closer to McDonald's. That is astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. So, we now, we're looking around at the pyramids. And we're thinking, let's try and learn something that they do there. Let's learn a Egyptian dance. You know that I like my dancing, don't you? So, here we are. We're going to do a ritual Egyptian dance. So the Egyptians, dance was very important in their culture. So men and women would take part in different dances, sometimes solo, sometimes paired, and actually they did lots of things for funerals. So I'm going to go and get some, it's good to get ready for this. I'm going to get some jewellery on. So I'm going to get some a necklace on. They love their ornamentation. Let's put some wristbands. I'm going to do this properly, yeah? Wristbands here. I've got a necklace on. I've got another necklace here that might take a bit too long to put on. It's got a little, let's see, it's got a little screw on. If I can't do it properly, I'm just going to go and keep the other necklaces. I think this one, oh, there we go. Oh no, I haven't got it. I'll leave that another time. So, we're going to need one of these as well. I got a shawl. So again, one of the homeworks is, can you do the dance? I know Francesca's been brilliant at it. So I've got a little shawl here, and we're going to have a watch of this dance and do it. So it's an ancient Egyptian ritual dance that they would do in ceremony. So let's have a look at the dance. So initially step forward, then turn to one side. Oh, I've got the shawl the wrong way around. So look, we've got the shawl cut. Sorry, ancient Egyptians. So 1 foot down, 1 foot down over there. So firstly, so together, so your legs go back and forth, then you turn one direction, and then you keep your wings, and then you sort of move down, and then you move sort of almost like you're slowing. So we'll do it one more time. We'll come back to it later on. So I love this because it just shows you that cultures all across the world, dancing is such an important part of it. Which is why shows like Strictly do so well, because to dance, I think, is to be human. Even if you're not very good at it like me, you need some practice. How do you think? How do you think my dancing is captured? What do you reckon? Need some practice, Holly? Evie? I think so. So by the way, I'm at Bobby_Seagull on Twitter. I'm Bobby_Seagull on Instagram. I've got a Facebook page, facebook.com/Bobby_Seagull, and I have a YouTube channel as well. So all of these go up on all these channels. And please share with me what you're up to. So that is Egyptian dancing. I need some practice. I'm gonna keep these jewellery bits on because I quite like them. So that was Egyptian dancing. So now we're gonna go somewhere very special. Very special. So we are going to go deep into the pyramids. And when you go into the pyramids, boys and girls, do you know what we see? We find things. Let's have a look. So I found this. Let's have a look. I've got my little brush. I found this. Look at this. I found that. So I need to clear it up. This looks like it's got Egyptian characters. So there we can see that. What else can we find here? So we found this. I found something else. I found this. Tablets with writing. Different tablets with Egyptian writing. Tablets with Egyptian writing. And we're going to try and find out what this means. So when people first came across this, they were thinking, what is this? What is this unusual language? And for years, for centuries, we never knew what the Egyptians wrote about. Until, as you can see on the board, in 1799, there was something called the Rosetta Stone. The Rosetta Stone. And this was discovered in 1799, the Rosetta Stone. And on the Rosetta Stone, there were 3 languages. They had hieroglyphics, or you can see now in the top part. Then in the middle part, so it's split into thirds, it had something called Demotic, D-E-M-O-T-I-C, another Egyptian language. And at the time we're like, we don't know these languages, we don't know what they are. But on the bottom, it had ancient Greek. And there are a lot of people in the world that understood Greek. And think about it, when you've got a language you know and a language you don't know, you can translate. So with that, the modern world, we were able to understand Egyptian language from the ancient times. So we're going to look at learning some of these words. So, back in ancient Egypt, there were people who were called scribes. And their job, they actually went to school to learn to write and read. So they would write all the different explanations of what would happen. And there's 2 types of writing. So in English we know there's letters, A, B, C, D, lowercase, capital letters. But in Egyptian there's 2 types. There's one that's pictorial, where you see, I guess, animals, creatures, objects representing things. And the other one that we're going to look at today is called phonetic. Phonetic. And phonetic is about sounds. My hair's a bit messy. I need to sort my hair out. Phonetics about sounds that we can hear. So, you can see in there, you can see the different letters. I'm going to write my name, Bobby, in Egyptian phonetics. So we've got B there. So the B is like a leg. It's like a leg there. How's my drawing skills? I need some Richie Driss, our Blue Peter presenter. I need some help in Pictionary. So that's a B. And then the O is a bit weird. O is like, I think it's meant to be a bird. So O is something like that. Then we got B again, because that's how you spell Bobby. That's a foot. Oh dear, that is not a very good foot. Then another foot. A B, and then the Y is 2, I think it's 2 feathers. So you can see that, 2 feathers. So that is my name in Egyptian hieroglyphic phonetic. So not the pictorial, the phonetic. So what I'd like you to do, you can see the picture there, maybe take a screenshot on your phone. One of your homeworks today is going to be, can you write your name in hieroglyphs? Can you do that and send it as a picture? So I've got my name there, Bobby. It's an easy one. If your name is Bobby, I've done it for you. But if your name's not Bobby, we've had people like Oscar, I think Milan, Francesca, and many others. Who else have we had taking part in homework? I think Umar used to take part in homework as well. Gabriel, Alexander, Maya, Milan. Write your own name using the Egyptian hieroglyphics and send it through as part of your homework. Okay, so we now know, so it's called the Rosetta Stone. That's how we were able to decipher, translate Egyptian. Now we're going somewhere very exciting. We're going to go somewhere very exciting indeed. And probably the most famous name in Egyptian history, Tutankhamun. So, we're gonna go on a venture. We're gonna venture. I'm gonna put my hat back on and I want to go into the tombs. So we're in the tombs. So imagine, you know, Indiana Jones. He is an archaeologist, and actually the most famous, I think, one of the most famous archaeologists is a man that you can see on the screen. His name is Howard Carter. And in 1922, so it's nearly 100 years ago, 90 years ago, he went to Egypt and he went to find ancient Egyptian treasures. So he went, used his tools and found Tutankhamun. And who was Tutankhamun? Tutankhamun was an 8-year-old boy who became king, a boy king, a pharaoh. But sadly, he died at the age of 18. But the reason he became famous is when Howard Carter, remember the name, Howard Carter, explored the tombs, he found 5,000 different artifacts there. he found the golden death mask, which is now very famous. Have a look. This golden death mask. I need to brush it off so you can see it. A golden death mask. There we go. A golden death mask. And he also found a chariot. And he even found a dagger made from the meteorite of an iron. Made from the meteorite. So this is very impressive. And Tutankhamun became an overnight sensation all across the world. Front page of every papers. All because of Howard Carter's discovery. So can you imagine what it must have been like when he opened up the coffin, the sarcophagus, and found Tutankhamun? It was one of the world's greatest pieces of news back then, nearly 100 years ago, with Tutankhamun. And that was amazing. So when we think of Egypt now, we often think of Tutankhamun in particular. And it was all because Howard Carter, 100 years ago nearly, had the audacity to go inside the tombs and discover what would be one of the greatest bits of modern discovery of an ancient civilization. So that is our wonderful Tutankhamun. So hat off. I think it's time for my jacket back on. I need to be smart here. I need to be smart. I think I'll take off my necklace. I'll put it back on for the dance though. I'll put it back on for the dance. I'll keep on the bangles because they're sparkly. They're very sparkly. And maybe I might use them for one of Katya's upcycling classes. How's my hair doing? How's my hair? Is it messy? It's okay. I need a bit of lift. I need a hairdryer to give it a bit of elevation. Okay. So remember, I'm at Bobby_Seagull. Do send me any videos, pictures, clips of you enjoying the class. Because at Home Festival, we love to see you getting involved. So, here is the homework task. So, firstly, remember, it's do, draw, or dance. So do is, write your name, Tim, write your name, or Holly, in hieroglyphs. Again, if you scroll through, here's a picture. If you scroll through on my YouTube or Facebook, so facebook.com/Bobby Seagull, you can find the videos stored. You can find the videos stored and create your name using these ancient Egyptian symbols. Well, the second one is draw a picture of the pyramids of Giza, because I think they're amazing. And the final one is send me a video. I know Francesca loves doing it. Send me a video of your ancient Egyptian dance. So there are the 3 tasks. Okay. Do you know what time it is? It's that time for the quiz. Hope you've been paying attention. It's time for the quiz. And Mr. Seagull, he loves us quizzing. I'll tell you so much. Last week, I took part in a quiz against England manager Gareth Southgate about football. And guess who won? You're looking at him here. Bobby Seagull beat Gareth Southgate in a quiz about football. I like learning. And again, what I say about learning is it's not about your brain, it's about putting in the effort. We can all learn if we put in the effort. All of us, each and every one of us watching the stream today. So, here are your questions coming up. Are you ready? Are you ready for me? So here are your 3 questions. So firstly, what are the 2 main branches of the Nile called? We discussed this earlier on. What are the 2 main branches of the Nile? Question number 2. What was discovered in 1799, it's a typo on the board, in 1799 that helped us translate hieroglyphics? So what was discovered in 1799 that helped us translate hieroglyphics? These are hard questions today. And the third one, which British archaeologist discovered Tutankhamun in 1922? So Oscar's got the correct answer for the first one. Oscar on Instagram is saying he's saying it's the blue or the white and blue Nile. Congratulations, the first one. And again, Facebook people and YouTube, I can't see your comments today. I will next time sort that out. Then for the second one, 1799, well done to Sarah, saying it is the Rosetta Stone. Correct, the Rosetta Stone helped us translate the hieroglyphics in 1799. And then anyone else? So the last one was Howard Carter. Howard Carter, there we have it. And thank you, Bella, as well. I think Bella is the parent of Maya and Milan. So well done for getting involved. That was the quiz. So, we've got about 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. So where are we on to next? So, thoughts of Mr. Seagull. So my thoughts for today are this. So I normally like take a deep step, have a breath in, have a breath out. Gather yourself together, take a breath in, and have a breath out. So my thoughts on Mrs. Seagull are positive motivational ideas to help you flourish. And when we think about the ancient Egyptians, we think about their wonderful sculptures, their wonderful monuments that stand the test of time. Think about what's your legacy going to be. It doesn't have to be building sculptures, but what I would say as a human is our legacy is the impact we leave on other people. The kindness we show them, the generosity, the support, like the Strictly family. Think about your legacy. By helping other people around you, they'll have that positivity and share it to others. So make sure your legacy of support, kindness, generosity, forgiveness helps other people. There you go. Francesca's asking, are we going to do the dance? Yes. Every Mr. Seagull lesson ends with the dance again. So at the end of the dance. But before that, I want to make an announcement. Very amazing announcement. So, yesterday the BBC announced that I'm back on TV very soon. So, this is the guy called Eric Monkman. We were together on University Challenge. And the BBC, we did a first road trip series where we went around England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, exploring cool bits of science and history. And we've got a second series coming out, and they announced it. So put it in your date, put it in your diaries, Monday the 9th, or Monday the 18th of March, just in about a week and a half, at 9 p.m, 3 episodes, looking at inventions and discoveries in Britain. And honestly, it's amazing. We even do a steam engine dance. I do a steam engine dance. Honestly, it's bonkers and amazing. And let me show you a trailer from the series. Let me find you a trailer from the series. So there we go. Monkman and Seagull coming up very soon on a place near you. So make sure you tune in and tell all your friends and family. We'd love you to all watch. So the next thing that I have is on Saturday, 5 o'clock. Get involved again. My quiz for NHS, family-friendly quiz, dancing, charades, music, pictures, lots of fun for the family. So do spread the word. It's on my YouTube channel, Judy. It's on my Instagram, actually Home Festival Instagram. It's on my Twitter. It's on my Facebook. And facebook.com/Bobby Seagull. So do get involved. So before we go to the dance, let's have a look at what the other classes are today. So we get OT Marius at 11:30, family dance class. Then the wonderful Katya has her upcycling, looking at how you can be very creative and innovative with items you already have. Then Bryony with her makeup tutorial. Bryony's makeup, and the Egyptians loved a bit of that. Then Karen with stretch and flow. Then Emma reading Matilda at 7. And then Michael and Yuvita are back. I'm so excited they're back. Welcome back, Michael and Yuvita. We've missed you. Thank you so much for coming back to the Home Festival family. And then 8:15, I'm going to be ready to get for the best quiz of the week, Neil Jones's isolation quiz. And happy birthday, Neil. Happy birthday to you. So, it's time now. We're gonna go back to our dance. We're gonna go back to our dance. We're gonna finish on that. So remember, I'm Bobby Seagull. I'm at Bobby_Seagull on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Give me a follow, give me a like, and please send in your homework, and we'll share the best ones again next week, or maybe on Saturday, or probably on Tuesday. So do tell people. We love people to get involved with the Home Festival family. So I'm going to start the dance. Here we go. You take my jacket off for the dance. This is the last bit. Thank you for joining me. I'm Bobby Seagull on all the social media. I'm going to get my necklace on. There we go. I've got my jewellery. Katya, what do you think? Katie, what do you think of my dancing? What do you think? Out. So hands together. Thank you, Francesca. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Milan. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Gabriel. So, was it head forward? So you sort of kneel, and you turn one direction, and you sort of stretch your arms, and you flip around. You sort of... I love this little dance. It's a ritual dance, and again, the Egyptians used to perform this at funerals, and a very important part of the culture. So thank you so much. I've had a great time. I'm Bobby Seagull. I'm part of Home Festival family. Thank you, Sarah. I'll see you all on Saturday 5 p.m. for my next event, family quiz. Spread the word, and then back on Tuesday at 10:45. So thank you so much. See you all. So goodbye to my YouTube followers. Goodbye to my Facebook and Instagram. I'll come and say bye in a second. Thank you all very much. See you soon. Lots of love. Home Festival family. We're the best. OT and Marius' class is right up after.